Imagine being at the peak of your career, a famous gymnast with medals from European and World Championships, known for your elegance and grace. Now picture catching the eye of a wealthy prince, falling in love, and being whisked away to a life of unimaginable luxury as his wife. It sounds like the ultimate fairy tale, right? But for Zeynab Javadli, this dream quickly turned into a living nightmare. Zeynab, once a shining star in the world of rhythmic gymnastics, found herself trapped in a gilded cage, her every move controlled by her powerful husband, Sheikh Saeed Al Maktoum of Dubai's royal family. When she finally broke free, she says he unleashed a reign of terror against her, threatening her life and trying to steal away her children. This is the harrowing true story of how one woman's fairy tale became a horror story, and her desperate fight to escape the clutches of a man who seemed determined to destroy her. But Zeynab's ordeal is more than just tabloid fodder. It shines a disturbing light on the dark reality faced by many women in the glittering world of the UAE's ruling elite. Meeting and marriage. Zeynab's fateful journey began in 2015 at a shooting competition in Gabala, Azerbaijan. She was there by chance, but Sheikh Saeed had come to represent the UAE. The nephew of Dubai's ruler Saeed was a mediocre athlete but an exceptionally wealthy man with a fortune built on factories, media outlets, a soccer club, and champion racehorses. Compared to Zeynab's hard-won achievements, Saeed's privilege and power must have been dazzling. After a brief whirlwind courtship, he proposed marriage. Zeynab said yes, even knowing she would be wife number 3, joining a Belarusian former waitress in Saeed's harem. To outsiders, the match seemed like a strange choice for the accomplished independent Zeynab. Whispers of controversy surrounded the wedding, but she defended the union in the press, calling it her fate, and insisting she hadn't set out to snag a prince. Perhaps the heady cocktail of love and luxury blinded her to the troubling reality of Saeed's world. Honeymoon Period. For a time, Zeynab seemed to be living an enchanted existence. She bore Saeed 3 daughters and presided over her own private mansion, sharing glimpses of her opulent new life on social media. To her followers, it must have looked like she was living out the ultimate Cinderella fantasy. A rags-to-riches tale of a self-made woman hitting the royal jackpot. But there were signs of trouble from the start if you knew where to look. The rushed courtship meant Zeynab barely knew the man behind the princely facade, and Saeed's rotating cast of wives hinted that his affections could turn on a dime. Still, in those early days, Zeynab played the part of the delighted bride, and her fairy tale appeared unshakable. The turning point? The illusion shattered in 2020 when, after giving birth to their 3rd daughter, Zeynab says Saeed turned cold and distant practically overnight. Unsatisfied without a male heir, he visited Zeynab's gilded cage less and less. The accomplished athlete who once traveled the world found herself isolated, adrift in a foreign land where she had no roots or allies. As tensions boiled over, the picture-perfect marriage dissolved into a messy divorce. But escaping Saeed's control wasn't as simple as signing papers. According to Zeynab, her rejection unleashed a vengeful streak in the powerful sheikh that would plunge her into a waking nightmare. The divorce and aftermath. In a tear-filled video posted online in 2020, Zeynab made explosive accusations against her ex-husband. She claimed Saeed sent men to stalk and threaten her, trying to kidnap their daughters and vowing to kill Zeynab while terrorizing her parents. Voice shaking, she described living in constant fear, subjected to physical and mental anguish. Even the palace staff had abused her, she said, with the house manager inflicting psychological torment during the marriage. When Zeynab turned to the Emirati courts for help, she found a system rigged against her. The judge, apparently unwilling to defy the influential Al Maktoum family, ruled entirely in Saeed's favor. In desperation, Zeynab's lawyers elevated the custody case to the United Nations. But there, Saeed's expensive legal team painted her as an unfit mother, fighting ruthlessly to keep the children under his control. Terrified for her and her daughter's safety, Zeynab pleaded with the Azerbaijani embassy for help fleeing the country. But against the powerful sheikh, the embassy claimed to be powerless. Zeynab's lawyers eventually stopped showing up for hearings, and she deleted the Instagram account where she had first shared her story. Her ultimate fate remains murky, but recent posts suggest some kind of agreement has been reached. Zeynab seems to have her children, but is living a diminished life, neither a royal nor destitute. Her days of desperate social media pleas seem to be over, but the trauma she's endured is not so easily erased. Comparison to other royal divorces. Zeynab's horror story is shocking, but it's far from unique among women who marry into the UAE's royal families. Consider the cautionary tale of Princess Haya, who wed Dubai's ruler, Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, as his sixth wife. After 15 years of marriage, Haya was so afraid her husband would take their children that she fled to London in the dead of night. In a landmark ruling, the British High Court awarded Haya sole custody and an astonishing $730 million divorce settlement. But money can't buy peace of mind. To this day, Haya lives under constant guard, apparently still afraid that her ex-husband could lash out at any time. Her ordeal made headlines around the world as a chilling example of the rampant women's rights abuses in the Arab world. Call to action. Zeynab's story is a powerful reminder that even the most glamorous fairy tales can hide sinister secrets. A woman who reached the pinnacle of her field risked everything for love, only to find herself fighting for her life against a man with seemingly unlimited wealth and power. Her bravery in speaking out deserves our attention and respect. It's impossible not to see the parallels between Zeynab's experience and Princess Haya's, or to wonder how many other women in the glittering world of the UAE's elite suffer in silence. While we may never know the full truth of Zeynab's current situation, we must keep shining a light on the injustices and abuse suffered by women in the Arab world and beyond. No little girl dreams of a fairy tale ending in tears and terror. As Zeynab's story shows, even the most dazzling palaces can hide dungeons of despair. We must keep fighting for a world where no woman has to endure such cruelty and fear at the hands of the man she once loved. If you are moved by Zeynab's story, please share this video far and wide. The more people know the truth, the harder it will be for men like Sheikh Saeed to operate with impunity. Together we can work towards a future where every woman, no matter how rich or powerful her husband, is safe, respected, and free. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Infinite Lux for more exclusive content.